You don't fight well enough to do this with me. Like, we have video of you. You're not smart enough, strong enough, big enough, fat.
The beef between Joe Budden and Cory Holcomb started a while back when Joe began talking about Cory on his podcast. At first, it was just criticism, calling out how Holcomb handles his daughter and even mentioning Anton's daughter. But then Joe came up with this point.
Nah, I can't that.
Because nowadays...
Yeah, you shared something like maybe over a month ago, and I disagreed with it, but like, to each his own. But you was like, I can hate somebody and
still
watch their content. For me, seeing how Cory spoke about his daughter, seeing how he spoke about Anton's daughter, like, some be enough character-wise for me to be like, cool. I think we was having that conversation about, I ain't even gonna say homeboy name, but they recently did a Nazi party in
Nick Fuentes
in Miami,
yeah.
and you're the first person I thought about, because it was like this is why some can't get a view.
With Cory, it was,
I wasn't talking about Cory.
Well, I'm just using an example. With Cory, I was familiar with his brand of comedy first, which was always like this, talked crazy. So when he put it into the format of the podcast, I understood it. I got it. But now when you match it with you really outside, like swinging on a woman.
And to this story here, do you know he tried to file a restraining order against her? And said she hit him.
Right.
His back was turned.
That's when Holcomb fired back, hitting Joe Budden over his own history of domestic violence.
Buttons is a serial woman beater. Fruit Booty Buttons is a serial woman beater. Was talking about how he sat. They said the girl said he sat on my stomach and made me have a miscarriage. You know what he said? I sat on top of her titties or something. He said I sat on where her breast was. That's where I was sitting. He said I was a something. Yeah, I'll be a online. Online, I'm a man to man. I ain't no on me, but man to man, you a serial woman beater. Everybody do the homework on Fruit Booty Buttons and all of the women that have accused him of actually beating them up.
Now, just a few hours ago, maybe within the last 24 hours, Joe Budden officially responded to Cory Holcomb. And let me tell you, it was interesting, to say the least.
You don't fight well enough to do this with me. Like, we have video of you. You're not smart enough, strong enough, big enough, fast enough to do none of this you're talking about with me. We saw you with the homie Anton. He asked you to walk outside, and you remained stationary, Cory Holcomb. Please keep my name out of your mouth, and don't take anything I'm saying as like a threat to you. I wouldn't plan on doing nothing when I see you. Actually, if I saw you and we were breathing the same airspace, I would take it as a threat to me, a threat from God, a threat from life that we even in the same circumference, nigga. Cory Holcomb, your fall from disgrace has been one that should be studied, from kind of funny to kind of bummy to I'm just the dummy. You over there struggling. You look a sandwich away from welfare. You dusty the face looking boy. Cory Holcomb, I can't believe that you are engaging this way when you fight that way. Honestly, it's over. You over there just lonely and poor. Your co-host look bad. Not the woman, I'm not talking about her. Everything over there look bad. I know you down bad because you on a Costco table podding in front of a fake plant that appears to be dying. You failed at fatherhood. You hate yourself. You hate your daughter. Your daughter hates you. You failed at fatherhood, finances, you failed at funny, your pod sucks, you failed at fodder, you just a failure all around the board. And don't forget the original point, you don't fight well enough to do none of this with nobody. So prayers up to Cory Holcomb. We're not gonna go back and forth in an exchange because I just don't feel the need to do that with you. I was just shocked to see that you still had a voice over there.
Damn, you should do that over the ether beat.
No, man, please. For Cory. Please, Cory over there, no shape up, a dusty derby. Cory look like he look like Grandless Pooba. Grandless Pooba. Cory over there looking like the store runner for a black biker gang. Cory looked like he covered in just warts and scabs. Cory looked ashy yet damp. Like like there's no reason why he shouldn't have the time for a back and forth with nobody right this second. It looked bad. It looks bad. It looks bad over there, and that's before he started losing all these gigs because of that video that came out. So, prayers up to you, my brother.
All right, so this is classic Joe Budden style roasting. I mean, he definitely threw some solid shots in there, but let me break down why this is actually significant. First off, it's mostly trash talk, him saying this, him saying that. But in reality, I think this strategy actually spreads Cory Holcomb too thin. And here's why. He's juggling way too many beefs at once. Number one, TMZ's already on your neck. Number two, you may have lost Darlene. Number three, content creators are shifting their stance on you. And now, adding back and forth with someone like Joe Budden, that's another distraction. Meanwhile, you still have the Anton Daniels situation looming. And let's be real, Joe didn't just diss Cory Holcomb, he threw shots at Craig Smith too. Now, I like Craig Smith. I've got mad respect for him. He didn't diss Darlene, and I don't know if she's coming back. But Craig's a loyal brother, straight from Cali. Loyalty runs deep. I respect him, love the show, regardless of my critiques. But here's the thing. This is going to force Cory Holcomb to respond to Joe Budden, adding yet another beef to the mix. And when you've already admitted TMZ is ruining your life, this just gives people behind the scenes more ammo to gang up on you.
Working a lot of my gigs, I lost a lot of my gigs. So, by the way, thank you, TMZ. I lost another gig today. Gary, Indiana, on the boat. Y'all got me good. Y'all got me good. Y'all got me good. I'm losing gigs.
Here's the thing. The problem is you've already admitted TMZ has won. So now you bring Joe Budden into the mix, and I'm not saying he's going to do anything crazy, but he's an industry player. Once you put out there that people are winning over you, what do the rest of the folks who don't like you do? They follow suit. You've already shown you're under stress, so naturally people are going to align with that. And going back and forth with Joe Budden right now, in my opinion, you're in dire straits. You're crashing, not holding up well. People are upset about how Darlene was treated, and I'm saying this out of love because, Cory, you need to hear it. This is your best chance to bring the show back to its old vibe without engaging in any beefs. Focus on comedy, on good topics, that original 5150 energy. Bring in outside guests beyond you, Darlene, and Craig so the attention shifts to the guest. That's why a manager or someone handling scheduling would help. If it's just Cory, Darlene, and Craig in the studio, you run into a problem. Cory's mic heavy, and he'll dominate the conversation with his frustrations. That alienates Darlene, who may feel pressured or uncomfortable, and even Craig, who's funny and capable of talking about a lot of topics, gets limited. Right now, what the show needs is Cory Holcomb with a fourth person, someone who can challenge him, like debating Christianity or another topic. You need a balance to keep the energy flowing and the conversation productive. Honestly, I wish I could produce the 5150 show. Look, Cory, we can squash this beef. I'm not coming at you. Let me help run the show, because right now you're struggling and the podcast deserves better. All right, check this. Let me take over. That way the show gets back on track, and in about 6 months, all this drama, gone. Who really thinks O'Shea Duke Jackson, Mr. Content Creator, can handle producing for the 5150 show? I'm telling you, bro, I'll do it for free. Yep, free. We can lock in the schedule, clear out all the noise, work with Darlene on the BS, and make the show fun again. Bring in guests who actually care about the topic, right? That way Cory doesn't waste time on haters, Joe Budden, or all this extra mess. You know how Black YouTube moves. Someone else is going to be dusty. Someone else is going to mess up, do something wild, and all eyes shift somewhere else. Gorilla and her sister might be beefing again, whatever. Cory doesn't have to stress. It gives him breathing room to collect his thoughts, and gigs start coming back. But back and forth with Joe Budden over podcast clips right now, that's just going to make it worse. His fan base will dig through everything you've said, try to doctor it, and trust me, it won't end well. Here's the move. Bring in a fourth person. Don't let next week be just Craig, Darlene, and Cory. That's a disaster waiting to happen. You need fresh energy, a different topic. maybe 2 or 3 extra voices, and let Cory feed off that energy. Make the conversation dynamic, fun, and engaging. For the next 2 months, no solo trio. Cory can't handle it. He'll overthink, put too much pressure on himself, say something wild, or drop another t-shirt stunt like F.O. Dokie Jackson, right? Throw in grandmama, Jerry curls, all that, then it's chaos. All right, here's the plan. Cory can't keep running the show like this solo. The okie dokie grandmama and all that mess, that's chaos waiting to happen. He needs me to step in, coordinate, and design the flow of the show. Bring in a fresh vibe, maybe Riza Islam back, maybe other voices. That way Cory can shine with his comedy. Craig can drop jokes, Darlene can guide the conversation, and everything clicks. Then the 5150 show becomes unstoppable. Think 1983 Nebraska scoring explosion energy. If there's no producer in place, it has to be someone, either me or someone equally capable. The ultimate goal? Joe Budden goes away, TMZ chills, haters disappear, and the podcast returns to its peak. Clips will still be happening, but now it's intellectual, entertaining, and clean. We all win, and Cory gets to work without unnecessary stress. I'm here to help, Cory. As a 5150 fan, I can coordinate, organize, and bring the Black YouTube community together. We can doctor up the show, bring back energy, and make it legendary again. All hands on deck, family. We can run this right. What do you guys think?